Alright, so today I wanted to make a quick video on a post I made recently. Most people would rather be comfortable and suffer than uncomfortable and prosperous. And at first glance, I can already know what some people might say. Okay, well, why you can't really be suffering and be comfortable, right? But you don't. You kind of have to understand what I mean by this. And this is something I've talked about before, but I think that this is a very good way of putting it. And what I mean by this is, you take a handful of different things that people face. I mean, your fitness or your physical health, right? Getting physically healthy requires exercise. It requires diet, right? Which means being uncomfortable, right? And being unhealthy, well, it means being comfortable. You can eat whatever you want. You don't have to exercise, yada, 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 right? You can sit on the couch more, right? So that's what I mean by that. Again, you take people's finances, right? To be financially prosperous, you have to save your money. You have to be smart with your money. To be not good with your money, you just spend. You spend willy-nilly. You always chase shiny object syndrome. You want to keep up with the Joneses, right? So this is a very important concept for people to understand, for society to understand. And my another important point here is this is something that really should be emphasized more with kids growing up, right? Because one of the big problems that the schooling system faces is, in reality, again, a lot of people don't really want to admit it, or they'll blame something else, is we're really setting people up for failure, right? We don't teach people anything about their personal physical health, right? Virtually nothing. I mean, if you do, it's the stupid food pyramid garbage, right? We don't teach people anything about finance, right? I mean, literally nothing. People don't understand the most basic of basic economic concepts. People don't understand the most basic of basic finance concepts, right? I mean, why do we teach people, how to find, a certain end of a right triangle, or how to do this, long division or garbage like that, but we don't teach people about compound interest. We don't teach people about taxes. We don't teach people about investing. And the even crazier thing about that is, understanding compound interest is easier than a lot of these, high school level math stuff, high school physics stuff, right? Again, 99% of people do not need to know that stuff, but it would benefit everybody to understand finance, to understand investing, right? It would benefit everybody to understand, more about fitness and nutrition. So why don't we do it? Right? I mean, that's a whole different video in and of itself, right? And I think people will debate the reality behind that as well. But again, that is my point here. That is it is very simple. And I mean, if I wanted to be honest with people, at least in my opinion, I think that to a degree, the people at the top want people to be maybe not like, living in squalor, but at the very least not thriving, right? And again, there's reasons for that you don't really need to get into. But I mean, another good way of putting it is, again, I'm not going to get political. I don't ever get political, but the one thing I will mention is you see a lot of these people that complain over and over and over again about this issue or that issue, but they continue to vote for the same stuff over and over and over again, right? They continue to vote for the same kinds of people, the same kinds of policies over and over and over again. And then when they're what they vote for inevitably fails, do they acknowledge that they were wrong? No, they just double down. I mean, you see this in a lot of these big cities in North America, right? That they have these policies that are obvious failures, but yet we just continue to double down. And again, that's because, people would rather be comfortable but suffering than uncomfortable and prosperous. Right? I mean, that and one of the big reasons too, another big reason that people don't want to be uncomfortable and prosperous is one of the key things to success in life in any endeavor is the ability to admit you're wrong and to change course, right? I mean, a lot of people, the majority of people out there would rather suffer and not have to admit they were wrong, right? Even if it's just to themselves. They don't even have to do it publicly a lot of the times, right? Even if it's just to themselves, right? People would still rather suffer. They would rather be unhealthy, right? Than just walk for, 20 or 30 minutes a day, or go work out 30 minutes, every few days even, right? People would rather be broke and complain that, they can't get by because of this garbage reason or that garbage reason than simply save some money. Right? And again, I'm talking about generalities here. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rules. But that's what I wanted to bring up today. And like I said, I think that this is a super important concept. And again, if you feel like you agree with anything here, please share, please like, please subscribe, and please comment as well. So that's what I wanted to bring up today. If you liked the video, like I say, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.